Hey everybody, welcome to Bright Earth Yoga. My name is Hannah and today we have a special class for deep relaxation. This is great for if you are going through a time of stress or anxiety, or if you just want to unwind before bedtime. So make sure you put on some comfy clothes for this class. We're going to move a little bit, stretch a little bit, and hopefully you'll find some time to relax. All right, so we're gonna get started, and you don't need any props for this class, so don't turn the video off if you don't have them. But if you do want to include props, you can grab a blanket, as many blankets as you want. I'm just gonna have this one today. Pillows, like couch cushions, whatever you have available. We're not fancy here today. And you can pause the video to grab those things, maybe put on a pair of socks. Again, nothing formal. We're at home. We're relaxing together, just you and me. So get your props ready if you want them, and we're going to start today's class in child's pose. So make this child's pose your own child's pose. I've got a big bump today. This is not a bump-friendly class. I just happen to have a bump and I'm doing this class. All right, so for me, I'm going to take my legs nice and wide to make some space. And I'm also going to, oh, there's a loud motorcycle. I'm also going to, very relaxing, put my blanket here. You can use a pillow, 2 pillows, however many suits your body, and just come to lie down for my child's pose. And I'm going to stack my hands because, again, we are very informal today. And you don't have to stretch your arms out if it feels right to just pillow your head like this. So while we're in this child's pose, I'm just going to extend this invitation to you to find a place of softness in your body. So we'll draw our attention to the body. Pay special attention to the area around the jaw and the mouth. And see if you can let go of any tension there. The same goes for around your eyes, between your eyes and your forehead. Just relax your face completely. No one's looking. It's just you and me here, and I can't see you. Then, as always, we will tune in to the breath. So without criticizing or judging, just notice what's happening there. How can you start to subtly change the breath so that it more fully nourishes the body? Maybe you can breathe a little more fully, deeply, or slowly. If you start to notice your mind racing, know that you're not alone. This is such a human thing. As soon as we start to slow down and come to a place of stillness, it's like the mind rebels. So know that that's perfectly normal. And see if you can start to set some of those thoughts racing through your mind aside, just for now, There's always time later to think about those things, but this time is special. This time is set aside. This time is a safe little bubble dedicated for relaxation, melting down into your mat. And then lastly, while we're here, we're going to slowly tune into our environment. So we've drawn the awareness inside, but we're going to check in with what's going on around us. So that may seem counterintuitive. Maybe your environment's not particularly relaxing, but it can really, really actually help us to be in the present moment, to just start to notice some of the sounds around you. And don't get dragged down in ruminating about these things, but just notice. Notice the feel of the air on your skin. Notice the sound of the air conditioner or of the traffic outside. And let those sounds draw you into what is happening here and now. Let them draw you into this full embodiment in your room, in your house, in your apartment. Good. So we're going to prepare to slowly come out of this child's pose. So take your time. We're not in a rush. Just slowly start to lift the upper body, pressing yourself gently up off your mat, up off your pillows or blankets with your hands. Ooh, I'm going to slowly bring my knees back in under my hips. And I'm going to sit back on my heels for just a moment. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, you can tuck your blanket back behind you and sit up like this. That can take some of the pressure off the knees, increasing that angle between thigh and calf. So let your breath just move freely now, in and out the nose. And drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Relaxing the neck and the tops of the shoulders. Letting the head rest easily at the top of the spine. If your eyes are closed, try to soften that without squeezing the eyes. Just let the eyelids barely cover the eyes there. Or if it's challenging for you to close your eyes, just soften the gaze and don't really focus on anything in particular. Notice your heartbeat. If you like, you can bring one hand up to the heart and one hand to the belly. You can relax the eyes, the space between the eyebrows, and let the mouth go slack. All right, we're going to take a deep cleansing breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale it all out. Let's do that again. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it all out. Good, and then we'll bring hands to heart center. And then just bow the head down towards the hands. Pausing for a moment. Stretching through the back of the neck. Then slowly lift the head and allow the eyes to gently open. We're going to come to tabletop, coming to all fours. If you're working with props, if you have a blanket, you can unfold that blanket a little bit and make a cushion for your knees. Good, so I'm going to bring my knees underneath. I'm going to scoot that back a little bit. Knees underneath hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. If this is a lot for your wrists, you can come up onto fists like this. Or if you have a couple of blocks, you can put them on the highest height and then elbows to blocks. That can be really nice. Or on top of a chair. If you have a chair right there, you can support yourself that way. All right. So let's slowly move through some cats and cows, connecting breath and movement. So on your inhale, drop the belly coming into cow pose. Open the heart space. And exhale, round the spine. Really, really round through the spine, stretching through the back. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, stretch through your back as you round the spine. Pressing up between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, cow pose. Keep going and move with the timing of your own breath. All right, we're just going to do one more round. So just a couple more movements. Take your time. And then move from wherever you are back to tabletop, where we are going to thread the needle. So first, we'll do it on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you do. First, lift up your arm. Oh, reach, open heart. And then on your next exhale, let's just thread the arm underneath the opposite one and come down onto the ear. So make this your own. You can crawl the fingertips up towards the top of the mat, tugging back on the hip as you do so, stretching out the side of the body. Some people like to come up onto their toes like so. I've always thought it was uncomfortable, but to each her own. So here we're just easing into this gentle twist. And sometimes in this pose we can tense up in that bottom shoulder, the one that's against the mat. But see if you can relax that shoulder, soften it just a little bit so that you're more fully melting into the earth. All right, we won't be here for long. Walk your fingertips back if they're pushed forward. Press yourself up, and we'll switch sides, reaching up with the other arm. Open heart, reach. And exhale to thread your arm under. Make the pose your own. Keep breathing. Long, deep, easeful breaths in and out the nose. Good. All right, so slowly press yourself up and out of that position. And now we're going to move into pigeon pose. So let's go ahead and come up out of this. I'm going to come up out of this so I can grab my blankets, because I'm going to use my blanket as a prop. And if you don't have props, that's fine. Some people don't think pigeon is a relaxing pose, but let's make it relaxing. We're going to do that with props. So I'm going to do my right side first. I'm coming through to, or I'll do my left side first because you'll be able to see it a little better what I do with the prop. So on my left side, I'm gonna bring this left foot up. If it doesn't go all the way, grab your leg behind the heel and pop it up there. And then I'm just gonna heel toe my foot over. So what I wanna do with my blanket is get that blanket right underneath this leg, all the way from knee to hip. So that's one option. You can also put it right underneath the pelvis. And that's really comfortable if it can be a little higher up than this. If you have a couple of pillows or something, that can be nice. So I'm gonna go like this. And your shin does not have to be parallel to the top of the mat. You can draw that in. Oh, that's much nicer for me. So you can stay there in pigeon. Back leg doesn't have to be fully straight unless that feels good. And then you can stay upright, or you can come down onto the mat. And if you have more props here, you could build some props up to meet your forehead to relax. Just find somewhere that your third eye can meet support, whether that's the mat or a prop. I'm going to stack my hands here. And take this moment to reconnect to your breath. And again, remember that a wandering mind is a human mind. It's perfectly normal. Just remember your mat is here for you. So as your mind starts to wander away from your mat is always inviting you to come back. Come back to the present moment. Back into this room and your body. Alright, just another moment here in pigeon. Good, and then slowly start to press yourself up. We're going to move from here into a variation on Sphinx pose, which is not in my repertoire right now. We're going to move into Sphinx pose plus a frog leg. So I'm going to just slide that leg back. Ooh. And then I'm going to use this blanket here. But you can come on down to your belly. I'm going to roll kind of onto my side. And then you'll just bring the leg out to the side. Good. So this is kind of casual here. I'm not gonna cue any alignment here. Just finding a nice, comfortable resting posture here. You can bring your hands up, fists under your chin, or again, build some props up so you can rest your head on them. And try to close your eyes if that is accessible for you. If not, just soften the gaze and relax the muscles around the eyes. Relax the shoulders and the neck. Drawing deep breaths in and out the nose. Good. So we're going to press up out of this pose and take it to the other side. So first is pigeon. I'm going to bring this leg up and adjust my blanket until it's just right for me. All right. And then find my version of pigeon pose. So these props are here to support your body's own particular individual needs. So if you feel like you're doing it wrong, maybe take that a couple steps back that up. And remember that your body is unique and you're listening to your body. When you're using props, you're finding what your body needs. We're all bringing something different to the table. Come in all shapes and sizes. And that makes us beautiful. Just a couple more moments here. Keep breathing. And then press yourself up. We're going to come into that Sphinx and frog leg variation. Oh, that feels nice. And at this point, if it feels relaxing for you, you can start to envision in your mind's eye somewhere that you find really peaceful. So for you, that might be a beach somewhere you've been, or maybe somewhere you've only imagined. Maybe somewhere on a mountain, or in a field. Somewhere by running water. Maybe a garden. Somewhere you feel at home. Somewhere where you know that you are loved and accepted just the way you are. Somewhere where you can truly just be yourself. Where you're comfortable. Where your mind comes to a place of stillness. And you're able to slow down. Slowly press yourself up and out of this pose. Good. All right, so now we're going to come onto our backs. If it feels comfortable for you, you can lie right down on your mat, or you can lift the upper body with a couple of blankets, some pillows, some bolsters, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Good. So we're on our backs now. And we're just gonna open up the hips a little bit before we settle in. So I'm gonna start with my right side, and I'm just gonna lift the leg up and just cradle that hip a little bit. One hand on the foot and the ankle, and one hand on the knee, finding some movements. Everybody's got a different range of movements here in the hips. So just explore what you find there today or tonight. And then I'll let that leg rest against my thigh, creating a figure 4 shape. You can pause there, or you can lift the left leg up, creating a little more depth in the pose. Good. And then bring the foot back down to the earth. And then I'm going to catch the right foot in my right hand. I'm going to wrap my peace fingers around my big toe there for a half happy baby. Again, just explore what sort of space you have there. Maybe you're not pulling your knee up to your armpit. I know I'm not today. Not enough space for that. And this other leg, the left leg, you can keep the knee bent, or if it feels comfortable, you can just start to slowly slide that leg down on the mats. Maybe even coming to a place where that leg is completely straight. And I like to have my left hand on that open hip there, the front of the hip, just helping it to relax. Good. And then slowly with control, release your hold on your toe and draw the knee into the chest. Or if you're like me and you don't have a space for that, maybe it's a little out to the side. Good. And then we'll twist. So right leg comes across the body over to the left side. And I'm going to reach out my right arm in the opposite direction. Make sure you adjust this twist to meet your body's needs. So if it feels uncomfortable, find a different way to be in this twist. Scoot your hips. Adjust. Pay attention. Find a place where you can settle in and relax. Good. Now slowly coming out of that twist. Pick all the leaves off your sweater. And come to bent knees, feet flat on the earth once more. Now we're going to just move on to the other side. So left leg this time. Cradle that hip, reaching for ankle and knee. Exploring what sort of movement you can find there today. Still breathing deeply in and out the nose. Good. And then just let that leg rest in a figure 4 shape. For a little more, you can draw the legs up. And stretching through the outer hip. Good. All right. So half happy baby. Set the foot back down. Peace fingers wrap around left big toe. And if it feels comfortable, take that right leg and just start to slide it down the mat. Maybe bringing a hand to the front of your right hip. Good. And then with control, slowly release your grip on your big toe and draw the knee into the chest or maybe slightly out to the side. And drawing your left knee across the body over to the right, we'll twist. Reaching left arm out in opposite direction. Adjusting the twist to meet the needs of your own special body. Good. Slowly start to come out of your twist. Bring both legs long on the mats. One more pose on each side before we have time for Shavasana here at the end. Let's move into Banana Asana, which is kind of what it sounds like. So start to move your feet down to the bottom right corner of your mat. And your arms reach up towards the top right corner of your mat. So you're in kind of this crescent moon or banana shape. Stretching long through the left side of the body. Maybe you go back to that peaceful, quiet place that feels like home, or maybe it feels like a vacation. As you imagine the smells and the sounds of that place. All right, let's switch sides. So walk the feet over to the bottom left corner. Hands come over to the top left corner of your mat, and we'll stretch through the right side of the body, all the way along the length of the body. As we sink a little deeper into the mat. Take a couple more breaths here. And then come back to center. So let's spread the legs nice and wide, at least mat's distance apart, and let the toes flop out to the sides. Now with the hands, you can do whatever feels most relaxing for you at this time. So maybe that's like Shavasana hands with hands down by the sides, palms face up, or maybe it's hands on the hips or belly. Or one hand can come up to the heart, just whatever feels right and relaxing in this moment as we begin to prepare for our final resting posture, Shavasana. Maybe you're preparing for bed, in which case you can go ahead, turn off the video and crawl into bed for your Shavasana. Or if you're not, make sure you have the time here to just fully come into this relaxing posture before you end today. Letting the shoulders melt back down into the earth. as all the muscles in the face and the neck, the upper body and the lower body, all the way down the legs, arms, toes, hands, feet, all those parts start to soften and melt and relax. Let's take a couple last cleansing breaths before we end here today. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale it all out. One last time, inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and let it all go. It was an honor guiding you in this deep relaxation class today, and I hope to see you next time on your mat. Namaste.